Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to do a little bit of a rapid fire. I'm going to start here with the price of silver. So what is going on with the price of silver? Well, let's zoom out a lot and see what we can see here. This goes back all the way to the 1800s. So I don't know about you, but what was going on back then? 1802, that's crazy. So what I see here is the beginning of something massive. So instead of looking at all this, I'm just going to focus right here. And right off the bat, what do we see? We see obviously this resistance area here. But what is the shape of that? This is this is probably one of the biggest cup and handles in history. Right here. I'll say that again. Silver is producing one of the biggest cup and handles in history. This cup and handle goes all the way back to 1980, right? And now it's going, so that's 16,000 days, right? So what? That's 44 years. This is a 44-year cup and handle. Right? That's huge, okay? So the way we can measure a cup and handle, obviously, is just, you can measure it from the cup. You can measure it from the handle, right? But essentially, about $400, right? And I know like Cliff High and Bix Weir, those silver guys, right? Say about $600, and I think that's definitely possible. It's a $600 silver. It's going to take a big catalyst for that to occur. Remember, silver is the most manipulated asset on the planet. Just ask JP Morgan, right? All the silver riggers. If you want more information about all of the silver manipulation and the COMEX and the rigging, just go to Road to Ruta, Bix Weir's channel, and he's very knowledgeable on all of that. Also, you can go to X22 Report on Rumble and search for Bix Weir. He's a regular guest there. And so yeah, I think silver is the ultimate conductor of electricity. Silver is the common man's money. Silver is going to be absorbed once gold is becoming unattainable, right? I think there is much more gold than there is actual silver. Yes, silver is more produced, but silver is also more consumed, right? When you look at solar panels and things like that, electronics, silver is being used. So there's a push from a monetary metal to an industrial metal, but silver is very scarce, so it's always going to be a monetary metal. So what does the chart say about silver? Well, it appears to me that we had a 5-wave move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this could be A, and then this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this could be a B, right? And we still need C and before a big pump to the upside, which means that would be very, very bearish, right? That would be extremely bearish. But in my opinion, I don't think that would occur. I think we would get some reaccumulation before a breakout. So rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways, breakout. That would be idea number 1. Idea number 2 is to say, no, we already had the 5-wave or the correction, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So wave 1, this is wave 2. And now what we have here is a wave 1 and a wave 2. And now we have another wave 1, another 2, right? So is this the middle of the third wave here? Very, very possible, right? And I would even say likely. I think silver is heading higher, right? I own silver. I've been buying silver since back in I think the first time I bought silver was 2018, and I just been buying it. You know, I haven't bought it lately, but I've been buying it pretty much throughout 2018, and I have a good little stack. I focus more on crypto because I can sell it fast, right? But if you want to buy silver, I go to jmbullion.com, or you can go to sdbullion.com and pick up some silver eagles or silver rounds or junk silver or something, right? I wouldn't buy gold, I would buy silver. Silver's got much more price potential. Also, if you want you know, to diversify, right? Obviously you can get a little bit of both, but you know, most people can't afford an ounce of silver. I mean, you got an extra $2,000 laying around, right? Plus a 10%, 20% premium on top of that, right? So the price of silver is $29, but when you go to the spot exchange, right, you're going to end up paying a premium on that, right? So really the coin's like $35 an ounce. So, you know, that's just the way it is, right? You know, what's going to happen when silver jumps back to its all-time high at $50? Then the premiums are going to be even higher than that, right? So for me, you know, I'm looking at silver to, let's zoom in a little bit more. Let's go to the 2-week chart here. And that's the thing about silver, it moves very, very, very slow, right? Because it's very manipulated. Again, people have, they're trying to suppress the price of silver. The way they do that is they buy billions of dollars worth of spot positions or paper contracts, right? And they dump those shorts on the market, the paper contracts, which then suppresses the real value of silver, right? Because they're trading paper, they're not trading the actual silver itself, right? So there's going to be a catalyst event, and when that happens, you're going to see a massive explosion in the price of silver, in my opinion, right? Not financial advice, but I think that's coming very, very soon. And when you look at the price of silver, it actually looks like the price of theta in a way, where it came down here, it made a base, it broke out of the base, it back tested it, and now it came back up, right? So I want to see theta come back up too. I just put a video out, crypto, right? And talking about theta, so definitely check that out. But yeah, I'm looking at this too as a, you know, basically a retracement here. So let me put the retracement levels up, and you can see we're right at the 50% area, right? We really need to get above $35 to $40. If we can close a monthly candle above $35, $40, I say we're on our way to $50 relatively quickly, right? So you could see we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had a 5-way move down, right? Actually, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we had this sideways base here. This was a Wyckoff accumulation structure. That was the spring. That was the up thrust. We broke out, and then we came all the way down. We back tested it, and then we had a wave 1, and then we flagged out for a wave 2. And this is what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, right? So when we look at Bitcoin, you know, something very similar occurred, right? So right here, what do we see? We see the ABC. We see a wave 1. Now what do we want? We want to flag out before we break out, right? So let me go back to the price of silver, and we can see something very similar occurring here, right? We see the ABC pullback, right? We see the wave one, and now we flagged out, and look what happened. We broke out. So where's Bitcoin at? Bitcoin would be like right here. We still need to break out. Right? I'm just comparing sort of that price structure. So what else is going on here? Well, we have a beautiful inverse head and shoulders here. You can see it very clearly. We have a shoulder, we have a head, and we have another shoulder. And the measured move approximately is about $38, $39, right? So that gets us to where we need to be. So as soon as we start breaking above $35, to $40 and $45, I think, that's basically the green flag, like NASCAR, let's go, right? So this is sort of that green flag area. Once we break that, I think we're going a lot higher. And if I put a retracement on, right, on the big time frame here, right, you can see, let me just put that right there. I'm going to come all the way down here. So right now, let me actually extend this out a little bit. Right now, we're in the golden pocket of the 44-year cup and handle. That's huge, right? So the first target I would have for the price of silver, where I would even think about considering selling silver, would be about $75, $80, right? So, silver, it moves very slow. It's clunky. You got to find somewhere to sell it, right? It's not like crypto where you could sell it real quick unless you're doing the paper contract stuff. But for me, I'd rather hold the real thing, the real actual silver, right? And the trick is, if you have multiple places, right, you want a safe, right? You don't want to keep all your silver at your house, right? You want to keep it spread out wherever. That's the kind of the difficult thing about it too. So, yeah, I think we're very bullish on silver. What else can we say here? Well, the first target, again, $75, $80. My second target would be about $120 to $100. And if we flip this to log scale, that first log scale target for me would be about $240. So if we get to $240, I probably would have sold maybe 30% of my silver by then, and then upwards to about $650 here. So is it possible? It's very, very possible. I think silver is very undervalued compared to what it is, and things like that, because silver is the linchpin to the financial system. At least, that's the theory, right? So just go to Google, type in JP Morgan, silver manipulation. There's a reason why they manipulate it, right? But is there anything else, right? Anything else? Not really. I mean, essentially, you have a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then you could argue that this is 1, 2, and now we're going into that third wave, 3, 4, and then 5, right? So you have 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have a 5-wave move, and we're in that 5th wave here, right? So we've just finished wave 1 of 3. Now we're in wave 3 of 3, which should be the biggest wave. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the price of for the price of silver here. I mean, when you look at silver, you really got to go to at least the weekly chart. Anything on the short-term analysis perspective, well, again, you know, it kind of looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we had an A, B, C, and this looks like a 1, 2, and this looks like a 3, 4. This looks like an A, B, C. Let's get 5. So that'd be 1, 2, and then all of this is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we get 4, right? And then we get 5. Now, this could be a big wave here before that occurs. So if I put the retracement on this, yeah, we could get up to about that $40 mark here. And if I put it on regular, yeah, about $37, $40. So that's my target for silver, is about that $37, $40 area, my first target. Once we get there, we'll talk more about it, but that's basically it here for the price of silver. Again, silver has much more potential than gold, right? Gold's sitting up here, silver's sitting down here. So it has more room to gallop. Right? Any way I look at it, I mean, this looks like a big 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So looking for upside. Now, if there's any bearish ideas, then I can say that this is 3, this is 3, and we still need another 3. So it'll be WXY, and then go up. So 1, 2, and then we get 3. So, you know, that would be the only bearish idea I see for now. So $20.21. So the next on our list would be ANKR. Sorry about that. I thought I had paused the video. The next one would be ANKR, and I'm just trying to see which one had the longest price history. So ANKR, not really much price action, but if I had to think here, it looks like this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2. So very bullish, right? We get a up thrust. This could also be an ABC, in which case you would need 3 down, and then you get 3 up, so you would get 3 down to then get 5 back up. So that could still be the case, right? So there's not really much for me to say on this one here. The smaller time frames, I do think, you know, it needs a push back to the upside here. So we have this wave here, we have a pullback. I want to see it come back up and retrace some of this here, and if we can come back, fill in the gap, and then continue higher, that'll be a 1, 2, 1, 2, just like theta. I mean, it looks just like it. So yeah, let's see if we can get some momentum back to the upside. We do have a initial impulse. Yeah, we do have an impulse. We have 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like A, B, and looks like we're getting C. So I mean, yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. We also have inverse head and shoulders, so looks good. This is GRT. And again, it looks very similar. It looks like you have a 1, 2, 1, 2, very bullish, right? You have this big impulse to the upside, bear market, and then you have this sort of inverse head and shoulders here. Here's your neckline. Actually, let me just draw it on here with this. We're back testing the breakout level. So yeah, it looks pretty decent here. The all-time high is about 284. We're sitting at 17 cents. So that's actually, yeah, 15x just to get back to the all-time high. I don't know what GRT is. I don't know. So this is just somebody requested it, so I'm looking at it. Same with silver and anker. Let's zoom in a little bit. This is the first time I'm looking at the chart, so I just got to look at it a little bit here. So this could be an A, this could be a B, and now we're getting C, and then we go. That could be the case, right? And we just don't know. Why? Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's A. You have 1, 2, 3. That's B. And now you could get C, right? So it could be a big... we don't have 5 waves. That's what I'm trying to say, right? We don't have... This needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get 5. It'd be a diagonal. We get a 3-way pullback and then go up. So that's what I would think, right? That's kind of my main idea here. Is let's get one more push up here into the retracement, get a 3-way pullback, go into reaccumulation, and then break out. So that's about it for GRT. And right now, right, we got this 3-wave move with a first wave, a second wave pullback. So it's looking like, you know, decent area here. Let's see what the smaller time frames say. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, right? And where are we at now? We're right at this. We're crossing below the 618. So we don't really want it to go down anymore. We really want it to stay above this low here at 16 cents. So let's see if we get a strong reversal out of there. And it should come if the rest of the market does so. Alright, so next up is Solana. I don't like Solana because it's just too high. You know, it's way back at the all-time high when a lot of coins like THETA, you know, XRP, I mean, ADA, I mean, a lot of them are way down here. Solana's way up here. So, of course, it could go higher, but percentage-wise, you already... Again, most of the percentages come between the low and the all-time high. Once you break the all-time high, the percentages drastically decrease. So for Solana, I'm looking at this as a 1, 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this could be a 4, and now we're getting 5. So 1, 2, all that's 3, 4, and now we get 5. I mean, that's really the basic idea that I have. You know, when we zoom in a little bit, we have that ABC, this three-wave shape here. It didn't break the low. We had a double bottom. And now it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this needs to flag out a little bit here before going higher. That's what I would imagine. So I got a nice W shape. Maybe the flag doesn't have to be so big, but yeah, it's got a nice shape to it, a W shape. So bullish until if we start breaking below A, B, C. So A, B, C. This could be a bigger complex correction, right? If we get that, that's still very bullish. So we can come all the way back down here to $100 and still be bullish. But if we come back up into a three-wave shape and get rejected and start coming down, that's when you got a reversal. So what happens here? But we'll get there when we get there. So if I had to say, I'm pointing to the up direction, but we could be correcting for the next several weeks, right? So when I go to the 4 hour, we got bearish divergence, we got 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're barely just starting the correction. So I'm thinking we got to come down for a little bit here, maybe back test this area and then come back up. While the other charts look like they're pretty much already sold off. So let's look at SHIB here. I mean, SHIB looks like 1, 2, 1, 2. This is a 3. This is a 4. I want to see 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's get 5. That's the idea. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, right? Let me zoom in a little bit. Most of the charts are about the same. See, like for SHIB, it didn't give me 5. It only gave me a three-wave shape, right? But on the way down, it gave me 5. You could see it looked like a 5-wave shape here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, and we have 5 down. So it looks like 3 and continue down. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. But it's a little bit conflicting because a lot of other charts have 5 waves, right? So let's look at others, which is basically all the altcoins outside of the top 10. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 3, and then 5. So A, B, C. And then it looks like we have a 5-wave move to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we have an A. This is a B. And now it looks like we're getting C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. 1, 2. This is where I want to see it come down to, and then let's go. So that could be our guideline here. And let me just put this right there. So somewhere right there. And you can see a shoulder, a head, and then let's get another shoulder that comes about right here, around that $212 billion. So the market, might need to sell off another $10 billion before we can turn around. MATIC. Do you believe in MATIC? 4-day chart. Okay. So for MATIC, I'm looking at it. I mean, you know, you could say that it's a huge triangle, A, and then this whole thing would be B, and this is C, and we still need D and E, right? So we have 3, 3, 3, get another 3 and another 3, and then you go to the moon. I mean, that's sort of the idea that I have. The main idea is a triangle, and triangles appear in fourth waves, and that's exactly where we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is Polygon. This is the same blockchain Trump picked for his Trump NFT collection. So I'm looking at it as a long-term thing, right? Why would he? That means, you know, for his NFTs, they got to, you know, stand the test of time, right? So Polygon, I don't think is going anywhere. I think it's going to continue to grow. So what else could it be? Well, a rise, crash. We have a retracement. Now we're coming down into reaccumulation. We go sideways and then break out. Basically funneling into this apex before we break out. Right? And on the face of it, on the smaller time frames, when you zoom in to, say, the daily, we broke this low here, but that's okay. And you could even say that this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. But I don't like it as 5. But I do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? The market goes in 5s and 3s. So if we have a 5-wave move, we look for 3s. If we have a 3-wave move, we look for 5s. Right? So this could be a 1, 2. And I still want it to come back up here. Right? So my target area for MATIC would be about 65 cents. So I want to see it get back up here, then come back down, and then come and shoot up. So this is kind of the motion I'm looking for MATIC. And not just MATIC, but a lot of other coins. Here's NEO. NEO looks very similar, right? You got a 1, 2, 1, 2. Riding on that trend line. You got a 5-wave move back down, right? When you zoom in, you got this inverse head and shoulders, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. Let's go. And for NEO, I'm expecting, if it's gonna break out here, about $14 for NEO. I guess it's like a Chinese Ethereum. I guess that's what it is. Rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways, 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we going to blast off? Maybe. Let's see. Litecoin. Again, I think it could be a triangle. A, B, C, D, and now we're in E. So the 3s get smaller and smaller. So if this is a triangle, and we have a 3 and a 3, then this thing should fly to the moon coming up soon. Right? Let's see. Yeah, so we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. So some kind of diagonal with a 3-way pullback. So 1, 2, let's come back up to 3. So my target would for Litecoin, I mean, it already theoretically hit it. Actually, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. about $81. And then we'll revisit it and see. Chainlink. Let's look at Chainlink here. So we have this ABC, right? We went into Wyckoff accumulation. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We broke out of that Wyckoff accumulation. And now we have an impulse. So now we want a three-wave shape. So we have A, B, and now we have C. So it looks like it's done, right? It looks like we got that ABC shape. Now, is it completely done, right? Could this come down and make another low? Yes. So we have 3, 3, and maybe we get 3 here, or 5. So ABC, ABC, right? Maybe the C is done. That's the tricky part. Let's zoom in here. A, B, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like a C is done here. And it looks like we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, need a little bit lower for C. Right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. They all look the same. So we want to come back up. So a little bit more down, and then we want to see it come back up and break 1475. So far, looking pretty good. KASPA. This one just goes up and 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 up. I mean, it's just insane. I don't know. I wouldn't want to invest in this. I mean, it could just keep going crazy. I don't even know what the market cap is for that. KASPA. Is there a market cap here? So it's about $5 billion. So, I mean, you know, if you get to 10 billion, that's only a 2x. I'm not too sure. But, I mean, kind of looks like it's starting to wane down a little bit here. Obviously, we have 5 waves. It looks like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of looks like a diagonal here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you get a 3-way pullback, then go. But this thing can take the top out first before it corrects. So it's not necessarily up or down. I'm going to say it's up, right? So I'm not saying it's going to go up or it's going to go down. I'm saying it's going up. It looks like it needs to go up. It looks like this is an ascending triangle too. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and test this trend line first and then break out, right? Have that overshoot. So I wouldn't trade this. I wouldn't buy it. I don't know. It just seems like it needs a correction, really, on the overall time frame. I mean, it's just basically going up, 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 right? That's just all there is. ICP, wow. The all-time high for ICP was what? Like $3,000? That's insane. So if we just, that's like 36,000%. But just to get back to the swing high, that's only 800%. That's why it's like, you know, I wish there was more trading history through here. But, yeah, it looks to me like this is an impulse. And I'm not sure if this is an ABC or if this is an ABC. I would imagine this. and then we have a 1, 2, and then we get 3, 4, and 5. So again, it's going to all depend on Bitcoin. Go back to the daily. Yeah, we got it. It looks like we have a WXY, and then we have a triangle for wave X, and now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could be a wave 1, a wave 2, and then we get 3, 4, 5. So you notice for ICP it actually did pretty well. Why? Because a lot of coins came up to here. They haven't broken this area yet. Remember the shoulder, the inverse head and shoulders? But this one actually broke all the way out. So it's actually a lot stronger, right, than a lot of them. So, yeah, we got a nice three-wave shape here. A, B, C. Is it finished? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is it kind of like a diag, or did we get a three-wave shape and then continue? I think it looks pretty good, honestly. This is a big impulse, a three-way pullback. It's looking pretty good, but we are sort of up here in resistance territory. So it doesn't surprise me. Like, what I would really like to see for ICP, for me to get really excited and for me to buy a lot, is if we get a triple correction. So A, B, and then we come down for C. And we sort of back test this area here about $7, $8. And then go. That would be a nice move here, right? Even lower than that. Somewhere right here. If we get some kind of move like that, where you have a big impulse and you flag out, you have a three-wave shape, that would be awesome. Because we don't know if it's going to be a complex correction or just a ABC, right? So, as far as targets go, it's tough. It's always tough. Because there's not a lot of price history. What is the market cap of ICP? So when I click on it, it should tell me. So it's about 4.2 billion. It's not a little market cap. It's pretty big. So we'll see. How about, let's look at Algorand here. Algorand, I think, is here to stay. I think it's got a bright future. It looks to me like, obviously, we got a 5-wave move. You could see it very clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have an ABC. And it looks like a 1, 2. I mean, all the charts are basically saying the same thing, right? So we're in that same type of situation here. So this could be, if this is a wave 1, and this is a wave 2, and we're about to get that wave 3, it's going to be massive. So that's why it's so important to pay attention right now. And if you haven't hit subscribe, definitely do so. Hit the post notifications, because we're right at that apex of something massive happening here. Because if this is a 5-wave move, which it is, and if this is a finished ABC correction, which it may be, and if this is a 1, 2 of the third, and now we're in that final pullback before that big third wave, then it makes sense to pay a lot of attention here. So, shoulder, head, shoulder on the big scale here, right? $0.70+ cents. But yeah, the Algorand has a lot of room to go up, right? Because it's actually right at its COVID low, right? So that's like the equivalent of, like XRP being at what, 12 cents or something. So yeah, if this is moved down, I want to see a retracement back up to here. So, and then that's where the real tough decision happens. Do we break out? Do we go into reaccumulation, then break out, or do we crash back down? But so far, I'm expecting it to get between 75 and 41 cents. CRV, I really like this one. It's got that same look as Algorand, right? But it's even more further down. We have this three-wave shape here, right? We've broken the low. And then we also have 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So when I zoom in, you can see it looks like we're really trying to bottom out. So we got a double bottom. Looks like we got a 5-wave shape. It looks like we got a 3-wave pullback. It looks like we got another impulse, and we're flagging out in here. So could it be a double correction? Yes. Meaning that you could get, for example, 3, and then here's 3, and then you need another 3 down, or 5, so A, B, C, and then go, right? So it really depends. But I think we're getting close. So everything I just talked about really is all predicated on what? Bitcoin. And what is Bitcoin doing? It's doing exactly what we thought it would do, is correct, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, and this could be C, and then we go. Or it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be A, this could be B, this could be C. Then we go, right? So we got like a broadening wedge in here. So maybe we have something like that, right? So yeah, we want to flag out in here, and we want to break out. So XRP actually came up and hit the high up here, about 65 cents. It's got a 3-wave shape. So this could be A, this could be B, right? Because it's got a 3-wave shape. And now let's come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get C. A, B, C. It could be a flat, right? It could be a running flat. It could be an expanded flat. But what we have here, right, is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, A, B, C, 2, and then we get 3. So it looks like we might need some more downside, right? If that's not the case, then maybe the 5th wave is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we get a diagonal in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get A, B, C, and go. But I don't think so, because it's correcting with the rest of the market. So this correction also might be done, right? And here's the most bullish idea right here is, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's 1, and this is A, this is B, and this is C, right? So it could be a running flat here, where we go sideways a little bit. So rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways, breakout. So we're going sideways in here, right? So A, B, C, a running flat, right? Kind of having a little apex here, a little triangle. It could be also a triangle, A, B, C, D, E. That's another thing too. It could be a triangle, right? So we broke out, and now we're back testing. Let's take everything off the screen here, and let's put it right about there. So there's the high here, and it looks like we're starting to back test it. So let me put that right about there. So yeah, if we can stay above this level, right? And then start to turn out of here, it's going to look pretty good. Maybe a 1 2 1 2, and then let's go. So yeah, maybe that second wave is already done, right? We do know the lawsuit should be coming out soon, right? The judgment on that. So I think that's about it. Just real quick, Filecoin, same thing. 1 2 3 4 5, A B C. Hopefully, let's go. ADA, 1 2 3 4 5, A B C. Let's go. Right? XLM, 1 2 3 4 5. Doesn't have a good shape to it, but you know, A B C. Yeah, I don't know about XLM. I don't know what's going on there. But, you know, it's got a three-wave shape a little bit to it. Just didn't really correct as much. It was kind of a shallow correction. So for Ethereum, you know, I really was expecting more from Ethereum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B. It looks like it still needs to come down for C. Right? So still looks, you know, those Ethereum ETFs aren't playing out, right? Not right now, right? Because everybody expects them to play out a certain way. You can see the, you know, the range in here, right? Could it be a triangle? Yes, I guess. Let's see. A, B, C. Maybe this comes up for D, and then we come down for E, and then we go. That would be cool. I can get on board with that if we can get something like that, and that would make sense because it's a fourth wave of the third wave. So 1 2, and then we have 1 2 3 4 5. That's 3. Then we get 4. Then we get 5. Right? So hopefully this is a triangle. I didn't even think about that till right now. QNT. Looks like a three-wave shape. Pretty big, right? Or what you can call a double 3. So 3, 3, 3. 1 2 3 4 5. A big ABC correction, and then hopefully we fly. VeChain. Yeah, so we got 1 2 3 4 5. ABC. This could be a 1. This could be a 2. Let's get the third. Right? So essentially, we have wave 1, wave 2, and hopefully this is a wave 1. This is a finished wave 2, and this is a almost finished wave 2 of 3. So 1, 2, and let's get 3. So they're all kind of saying the same thing. So what is my final summary? My final summary for the whole market is, let's see if we get a little bit more downside. Let's complete this flag a little bit more, and then let's get this thing to turn around here, and then we'll see what happens in here. This could be one of the best buying opportunities coming up soon here for all of crypto, right? But if we start breaking these lows, then we're going to have to reevaluate and start thinking differently. So anyways, that'll do it for this video. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any coins you want me to take a look at, drop them in the comment section below. I'll add them to the list for the next video, the next rapid fire. And let me know what you guys think. What new coins are you holding? What new coins are you looking at? What new coins have good price potential? Yeah, let me know, and I will follow up and hit that like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.